When I opened the door to my room, my lights were off. I flicked them on and the huddled form of Mai, hugging a stuffed purple bear, appeared on her bed.
Hello.
Sup, I'm back. Mai glanced at me, then buried her face again in her bear. Was she sulking? It was unlike her to be so unenergetic. Are you okay? No, you're not okay. Mai glanced at me again, her face a light shade of pink, like she was holding her breath. You know, you can tell me anything. You've helped me out a lot, so it's the least I can do in return, right? Besides, we're friends. Like, let's be friends, man. Mai sighed and threw the bear on the floor where it lay as if screaming in agony. It's not fair, she sighed again. You know, it's terrible to think this, but even though I'm really happy for you, getting to be friends with those guys, it's just not fair. Those guys, the normal boots? Oh God, she's jealous. She's jealous of the normal boots club and me being friends so fast and so hard. I'm sorry, I'm having a main character moment here. There's a main character moment. It's just that I've been a fan of them for so long and I've loved Jared forever, and then here you come out of the blue with your pink hair just like that. You're friends. Friends. Just snapped their fingers in front of her face. But here I've been trying this whole time and Jared didn't even know my name. I know I'm being stupid and I feel bad, but it's still my hun. Oh snap! I can shut her down right now. Some friend you are. They're your friends too. You know what? I'm actually gonna. Seems to be like you can be nice, you can be mean, or you can be logical, or neutral. I think I'm gonna go with the logical route just because I literally don't care. But I could be nice and be like, they're your friends too, but have it come off like really mocking. And so she'd take it that way. Or I could just shut her down because she's kind of being a dick. All right, but you know what? I'll brush it off. It's understandable. I didn't know what else to say. Well, she scratched her head, avoiding my eyes. Thanks for understanding, I guess. I'll try my best to get over it. Let me know if I can do anything, I guess. I will. Thanks, Hana. No, thanks for telling me. Poor Hana. She's too good. She's too good for Mai. We're too good for Mai. Mai leaned off her bed and picked up the bear, patting its head. She chuckled. We smiled at each other, even though it was awkward. It seemed like everything was fine. Mai really was a good friend. Good. Okay, we got out of that situation without any trouble at all, and I'm kind of down with that. Despite our slight confrontation last night, very slight, Mai was as peppy as usual the next day. It seemed like there was no reason for me to worry, but that didn't mean I didn't. You know what? You know what? Screw it. Let's see how this goes. Let's take this a different way. I'm gonna do it. Some friend you are. That felt good. That felt good. Like, I'm gonna stick it to Mai because she's putting problems on our plate that I have no control over. Mai, if you want to be friends with them so bad, why don't you be personable a little bit? So I'm gonna get super catty right now. Okay, ready? You ready for the claws? You ready for Solon's claws? Prince of Play plays hard and plays for keeps. I already said that I felt bad. Why are you making it worse? I'm sorry that I finally have friends. Isn't that still unreasonable? Shouldn't you keep that kind of thing to yourself?
The hell?
Well, sorry. Guess next time I'll just keep it to myself. God, you're the worst. She whipped herself around and shoved her face into her pillow. I'm going to sleep. Shut off the lights. I obeyed her slightly muffled voice and flipped the light switch back on. I tried crossing the room to my bed, but in the darkness, my foot hit something soft and squishy. Reached down and picked up the bear Mai threw. It looked at me like I was a cold French fry. Bet Hana's gonna feel kind of crappy about that. It wasn't my fault! What kind of person says something like that? That was the epitome of being a bad friend. I'm right. See, now I get to be right. And I get to be logical. Other side of this is also, now Mai and I have some strife that we have to get over. This is actually, like, honestly a lot more textured and a lot more interesting than than it all just being like, well, I don't know what to do about your problems, so whatever. We can actually acknowledge them now. Right? She even second guesses herself. Ooh. Oh, I liked that so much more. I feel like we got so much more out of that. And once again, despite our slight confrontation last night, Mai was as peppy as usual the next day. It seemed like there was no reason for me to worry, but that didn't mean I didn't. The bell rang and class started. Miss Shizuka wrote origami flowers on the board in an ornate script that then turned to glare at the class. The flower festival's only a few days away. It's time again to start folding flowers and sell for the school. We do this every year, guys. I don't want to hear any groans. You're free to write me an essay on the importance of these funds for the school if you'd rather not participate. A few students rolled their eyes, but I smiled. It sounded kind of fun. I hadn't folded origami in years. I'm handing out practice sheets because I know how bad you guys are at origami. I'm only going to teach you once, so pay attention. Shizuka returned to the front of the class, picking an ornate green paper. As she instructed the class, I realized that these were the most basic version of origami flowers. I was already familiar with them. I folded my practice paper with ease while Shizuka roamed around the room, helping the students who struggled to follow along. These creases are weak! Kindergartners could do better than this. Out of my room! Hell, my ex could do better than this. Sadness passed across Miss Shizuka's face. She turned to the boy next to her and slammed her hand on the desk. You need to be better! Be better for everyone's sake! It seemed like quite a few students were having trouble. I went to the front of the class to get some new paper, passing John on the way back to my seat. His paper caught my eye. You folded this the wrong way. Your flower's gonna be really narrow if you keep going. I'll be honest with you, Hana. I have no idea what I am doing. Help me. He kind of looked like he was about to cry. I knelt by his desk, unfolding and refolding paper. This looks perfect! You're so good at origami! Did you have to make flowers at your old school too? No, I used to do origami a lot when I was younger. I guess muscle memory just kicked in? Thanks though.
Really?
Really? What an odd skill to have. You're kind of a weirdo. Thanks. Is that weird? Please. John clasped a hand around my wrist. Stay with me. Help me. Whoa. Forward. Okay, if you need it.
Yeah.
I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Hana. You're a goddess. I spent the entire rest of the class period slowly doling out lessons to John and PBG. I offered to help Shane, but he turned away from me instead, watching over John's shoulder. Kept my movements large and exaggerated so he could see too. It was nice to feel useful and have all the boys' attention. I could make all of them fight over me at this point. When class was over, I headed back to the dorms with Mai. We had a long night ahead of us filled with homework and the possible reward of chocolate ice cream should we finish on time. But before I got that far, someone called my name.
Hana!
Hey, Jeff. I kind of barely know you, so what's going on? Jeff, is everything okay? Hey, the Normal Boots Club is a meeting today, and PBG forgot to take his soccer uniform with him. I will take the uniform with him, to him. Will he not be clothed then because I have his uniform? He held up a blue and gold uniform. We won't have much time to change before practice if he doesn't have it. And I have to run down to the field. Can you take it for me? Of course we can. Mike grabbed the uniform from Jeff. Awesome, thanks. He dashed towards the field. Mai turned to me, victory running through her face.
Yay!
Finally, a chance to see Jared in the nude. In the buff. The full Monty, or the full Jared as they call it around here. Come on, Hana, we've got to hurry. We approached the Normal Boots Club room, hearts thumping nervously. At least, I assumed Mai's was, judging by the way she was fidgeting like a hummingbird on acid it was. We stepped up to the door, and we were about to knock on it when I heard my name on someone's lips. Hana. I froze and turned to Mai. Her face was lit. She pressed a finger to her lips. She leaned in closer to the door, and I followed suit. Dude, I think it's fine. Dude, what do you think she's gonna do to us? You need to calm down.
No.
But it's so pink. No one has hair like that. People can't choose their hair color, Shane. That's really poor reason to judge someone. I know, but I don't trust people with pink hair. You know there's more to it than just the color. Don't deny it. Weird things happen around pink hair. Sure, but they're not dangerous. Aren't they? My heart sank. I stepped away from the door, unwilling to hear more. Oh no. I held up my hand and shook my head just when I thought I was beginning to win Shane over. Was this how he truly felt about me? Heading back, Hana has a thing, you know. Hana has a thing about her pink hair, and this is really triggering for her. But I stepped past her, walking as quickly as I could back to the dorms. Luckily, I didn't pass anyone on the way back. I didn't think I could manage small talk without bursting into tears after what happened. I kicked off my shoes and went to set my backpack down on my desk, passing the mirror. I paused as I did, turning to the mirror, evaluating myself on a whole new level. So much grief. My hair caused me so much grief over the course of my life. Now for some reason Shane thought I was suspicious. I smoothed my hair with my hands, the shortness of it catching me by surprise. It was soft when it was long. With a sigh, I turned away and collapsed onto my bed, hugging Mr. Bunny to my chest. Should I dye my hair, Mr. Bunny? I raised him up, staring into his glass eyes. No! No, Hana! You can't dye your hair! Your hair is beautiful the natural way it is. Blue. Pink. Pink. You're right. I rolled onto my side, squeezing Mr. Bunny to my chest. Satch said it himself. You don't choose your natural hair color. Mr. Bunny was small against me, and I smiled at him. At least he still liked me. Shaking my head, I went to my desk. I had better things to do than mope. You're still studying, Hana? I took my headphones out of my ear and turned to Maya. Our plans for the evening were postponed, and I silently thanked her for not pushing me to keep to them. I wasn't in the mood anymore. Yeah, it's only been a few hours. You haven't moved since I left the room last. She climbed her bed and dangled her hands off the side. At least take a break, okay?
Well...
Okay, I have been meaning to return the book I checked out. It was overdue. I had to do it at some point. I was going to do it today, but after what happened, this is the last thing I wanted. That didn't make it any less overdue, though, so... Go do that. Meet me at dinner afterward, and if you're going to spend the rest of your life studying, at least be nutritionalized. I stretched, bending backwards to apologize to my back for the hours of arching over the desk. I would have a hunchback by the end of my school career, I'm sure. You're right, I'll go. I'll see you at dinner. It was pretty late when I got to the library. No one came at this time unless there was a term paper due. Since it was still relatively early in the year, the room was barren. Satch was working the desk as I expected, but he was joined by PBG and Paul. As soon as I saw them, I turned around, trying to walk back out, but... Hey, Hana. Unfortunately, my hair also made me stick out like a sore thumb. I reluctantly joined them at the counter. What's up? Not much, I'm just taking a break to return the book I checked out. I gotta go, this is really awkward. I took the book out of my bag and handed it to Satch. That book, I can't help but notice you're reading The Prince's Betrothed. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, I never would have read it without Satch's suggestion, so I have to thank him. He nodded and put the book on the to-be-sorted shelf. No problem, I don't work in the library for nothing. I have another suggestion for you if you need one. No thanks, I just want to get back to the dorms. Oh, come on, it's almost dinner. Let him check out this great book for you. Then we can all go to the cafeteria together. No, all right, you do you. It's the last thing I wanted to do, but I was really bad at showing people that I didn't want to talk. Follow me to the fiction section. We set off through the library on an epic quest for adventure and fortune. My mind raced, trying to think of a good excuse so I didn't have to follow them to cafeteria. Here it is, the Banana Club. This boy is giving me an invitation to the Banana Club. And I can't help think dirty things. So, now I really want to get out of the library. I think this might be a trap. He pulled a bright yellow book off the shelf. The Banana Club was written across in bold front. Now I know it sounds stupid, and looks kind of stupid too, honestly. But trust me, one of the most moving books I've ever read. The ending crushed me. He put a fist to his mouth and blinked rapidly. Don't cry, Satch. I'm gonna stop before I spoil everything. He handed the book to me. What a softie. I gazed blankly at the cover. Thanks, Satch. And, Hana? What? You alright? You don't look very well. It wasn't really, but of course there was no way I was gonna tell Satch that I eavesdropped on their private conversation. I'm just feeling a little under the weather. That sounded pathetic. Think I'm gonna skip out on dinner too. I'm just not feeling well enough. Satch narrowed his eyes and nodded. If you say so, you still want to read this book? Yes, I do. Your suggestions haven't failed me so far. Okay, let me check it out to you real quick so you can get back and rest. When we got back, PBG and Paul were on the other side of the room. Paul, waving a book vehemently at PBG, Satch stepped behind the counter and grabbed my book. You know, if something's bothering you or you're still getting used to the school, we're all here for you to talk to. Are you, though? Are you? Transfers have it hardest around here, and everyone knows that. I nodded. He passed the book to me, and I put it in my backpack. Just don't be a stranger. I won't. Thanks, Satch. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I waved goodbye to him and made my way back to the dorm. Somehow Satch always knew when I was upset and how to make me feel better. Helped that Paul and PBG weren't acting any different to me than normal either. They don't know. They have no idea. Maybe it really was just Shane with the problem. Whatever problem that was, he's a hairist. Judging me for my hair. I hate that. All right, well, had to read real quick because we had a very, very short amount of time today. But I thank you very much for joining us for this section of Asagao Academy, and I will see you next time for more RDLP.